Sometimes when you have a loved one who's abusing drugs and alcohol, it gets so bad, it's to the point that you wish they would get arrested. Like, I know in the beginning, you're so freaked out about it, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to DUI, or what if they get arrested for possession? And it totally holds you hostage. But then after this whole thing goes on so long, you're like, I wish they would get arrested, because you just want them to learn a lesson, and you just wish that natural consequence would come into place. And I get it. It's not a bad thing. I'm not really opposed to the idea of wishing that your loved one would get arrested. But sometimes families ask me, hey, like, I know I've got a cop friend, or I've got a buddy down the street, or our neighbors involved with the police department. Should I call them up and have the person arrested? Okay, here's my secret spy information on that. It is always better if you can let it happen on its own. If you haven't watched it yet, go back and review the natural consequences versus punishment. The reason is because if your loved one finds out that you're the one that got them arrested, it will be completely ineffective. No, it'll be worse than ineffective. It'll like totally bite you in the butt, because they're just gonna get completely fixated even more on the fact that you're a big old jerk and you don't understand and you ruin their life, and you know the rest. If you're gonna get them arrested, then you better make darn sure they don't ever find out that you had anything to do with it, because it will undo everything that you're trying to do. It's best if it happens on its own. If you are gonna call in a neighbor, friend, or something, I'm telling you, you better do it in a way that they don't find out it has anything to do with you, because it definitely distracts them from learning their lesson. Again, they just get fixated on what a big jerkball you are, and I can't believe that you would have your own kid or your own spouse or your own mother arrested. Like, who does that? That's what they're gonna think. They're not gonna learn the lesson. I don't care if they deserve to get arrested. I don't care if they were doing the crime. If it happens on its own, it's much more effective than if you force the situation. So if you're gonna force it, you better not get caught.